We're going to take a look today in this video at how to do an XLookup in Excel. This is a newer function. And if you've ever done V or H lookups, if you haven't, we have an earlier video that you can watch for those. But if you've ever done those, this is a newer, more advanced way to do lookups. It allows you to do a V or an H lookup without having to write separate formulas. It also is a simpler way to do it. It's a simpler formula, but it does more complex things. So today we're just going to do a basic look at how do I use an XLookup. And then we have additional videos that you can watch for some of the more advanced features with it. So we'll start by looking through the difference between a VLOOKUP and an XLOOKUP. So a VLOOKUP, you would have the lookup value, and that means this is the cell that has the information I want you to look up. Then you tell it what table the information's in. Then you tell it which column or row that you've selected has the information you want it to spit back out. And then you have it let you know if you tell it if it's an exact match or in a range. So an XLOOKUP, you'll notice, is a little simpler. You do have the lookup value, but rather than a table array and a column index number, it has a lookup array, meaning where am I going to find the information you want me to look up, and then a return array. Where is the column or row where you want me to spit it back out? So it is a lot simpler. So let's dive in and we'll take a look at how to do this. So in this situation here, I have products listed over here. And I want to do a lookup here that is going to allow me to, see for January what quantity we sold, right? So we're going to start over here with our simple X lookup. So H X equals X lookup, excuse me. So we're going to put that in. Okay. Then it wants to know the lookup value, and that's here. I want it to look up whatever's here in cell I3, comma. Then it wants to know the lookup array, meaning where am I going to find this I3 information? So I'm going to select these descriptions there. Okay, so it's in those cells, comma. Then it wants to know the return array, meaning which column or row has the information where you want me to match and spit it back out. And it's going to be these. Now, there's some other things here, but we cover those in a more advanced video. So we just want the basic here. So there you go. I'm telling it to look up whatever's in this cell and find it here and spit back out whatever matches in this column here. So when I press enter, you'll notice it finds Swedish sausage and tells me here's what we sold for January. And if I change this, let's say go down here to knockwurst, it'll tell me how much that is. Now, if you've done V and H lookups, you know one of the issues with those is whatever you're going to have it look up has to always be in a column or row before the results you want to spit back out. Well, in an X lookup, you don't have to worry about that. These could be swapped and you could still have it look for Swedish sausage and find its match over here. But let me show you another cool thing it does. You can nest your lookups. So for example, I have here the product I'm going to select, but what if I want to change the month? So if I do that here, right, it doesn't really work because this is just a basic XLookup. But I can actually make this a little more advanced, and I can nest my XLookups. So I have here my XLookup where it wants to look, and it wants to find whatever's in this cell and match it here and give it to me here. But I'm actually going to redo this, so I will redo it to show you exactly how we walk through it. So I'm actually going to start first and have it look at what's up here. Okay, type a comma, and I want it to find that in these cells. Okay, so I'm going to say I want you first to look at the month here and find whatever it is in these cells. Okay, comma. And then I'm going to do, after a comma, another XLookup. So I'm just going to type XLookup right in there. And then I want it to look at whatever's in I3 here, just like I did before, comma. And then I want it to find that over here under the descriptions. Okay, comma, and then I want it to spit back out whatever is in this table because this is going to match the description plus the month. So there's more data now, right? And I need to close an extra parenthesis here because it is 2x lookup side by side. So I have those. So now what we're saying is first look up here the month, find those whatever, through here, then do an XLookup looking for the description that I'll have here. And it'll be appear here. And then those two things are going to match up here in the middle. All right, when I press enter, here's the cool thing. So let's say I want to change this to Swedish sausage. Okay, yep, that still works. Let's say I want to change the month. I'm going to change the month. Let's go to March. And look, that works too, because that's my amount for Swedish sausage for March. So this makes it a little bit more three-dimensional and dynamic for you. So again, there's one of the great values of an XLookup. And tune in to some of our other videos to see some more advanced things you can do with a lookup.